Hey, Dave Sheahan here, and I'm here with Go Vegan Grow vlog number 8, and today I'm going to tackle the issue of healthy living and especially plant-based vegan being a very expensive lifestyle, and that, for most people they cannot afford it. Well, my message to you is that this is completely not true, and an important question when people bring up expense about anything is, expensive compared to what? What exactly are you comparing it to? If you're living a lifestyle which is really unhealthy, consuming lots of junk food, consuming lots of sodas, alcohol, chocolate, cakes, biscuits, processed foods, well, the cost to you there is actually quite high. Sometimes your shopping may cost a little less than someone might shop completely organic and lots of fruits and vegetables and whole foods. But the cost to you is, what about your doctor's bills? What about your medication? What about your days off work? What about just generally the cost to you of your life of being ill? What about the ultimate cost of contracting diseases, which are completely preventable if you consume a plant-based vegan lifestyle? By putting these processed foods and all these toxins and creating a very toxic environment in your body, creating a very acidic environment in your body, you're leaving yourself wide open to disease, whether it be heart disease, whether it be diabetes, whether it be cancer. All these things are preventable based on what you're putting into your mouth. Your nutritional habits, as well as other factors, of course, like stress and so on. But nutrition has a massive impact on whether you are going to prevent or contract these diseases and how well you're able to cope with them. You don't want to become another statistic. So that is a massive cost that you have to look at when you look at what you're consuming nutritionally. If you're putting all the junk food in, it is super expensive in the long term. Plus, typically it's quite expensive anyway because you're feeding a habit. If you're eating junk food and sugary food, your body craves more. So you're no sooner finished one bit, say a bar, chocolate, cakes, biscuits, whatever, you want more. So you end up consuming a lot more calories, a lot more food. This ends up being quite expensive. You're always feeding that craving, feeding that monster inside you. So it works out very expensive from that point of view. Also, eating healthy food, eating whole foods, so eating lots of organic fruits and vegetables and salad and berries and say things like rice. How about rice and pasta and lentils and quinoa and couscous? They're not expensive. How much is rice? How much is some chickpeas? How much is some vegetables and a bit of sauce, homemade sauce with tomatoes, onions, garlic and so on? It's not expensive. How much are oats? Muesli. There's so much you can do. There's so many different foods you can eat. But again, people have this perception it's expensive. Of course, organic's more expensive than eating non-organic, but most of the time those eating organic foods are actually saving money because they're not spending as much as the people eating junk food and processed foods and high sugar foods. And as well, compare, for instance, plant-based vegan versus meat eater. How much do you pay for steak? How much do you pay for fish? How much do you pay for chicken? I know myself, every single week I was spending up to 30 euros on just my meat and fish and chicken when I was consuming meat only a few years ago. That was 30 quid only on that. How much fruit and veg could I get for 30 quid? And again, I was someone exercising a lot. I was someone who'd fallen into the trap of thinking you need so much protein, like I covered in the last vlog. But many people are consuming just as much. And again, consuming low quality foods like all the processed foods that are out there. So, get over this idea that even plant-based and being vegan is expensive. It sure isn't. It's not expensive on a shop compared to a shop, and it's not expensive in the long term when you consider the cost to you of potentially leaving yourself wide open for diabetes, heart disease. Obesity is another one. Again, what's the cost of obesity? Not being able to be mobile, not to be able to do the things you like to do, not to be able to play with your kids, finding it hard to breathe, just living a horrible existence. Then there's the whole self-confidence situation of obesity and hating yourself and so on. The cost is massive to those of you who consume unhealthy food, and especially if you're consuming animal-based products. Consume plant-based products, plant-based vegan products. Eat that kind of nutrition, eat whole foods. It is so much cheaper. Myself and my family, we live off mainly organic fruits and veg, salad, berries. That's most of our daily nutrition. Also, we'll eat rice and pasta and quinoa and couscous, lentils, tofu, oats, muesli. That's kind of general basis of what we'll eat. We'll throw lots of chickpeas and lentils and aduki beans and stuff like that into our meals then as well. So there's lots you can eat. There's huge variety. It's not that expensive. Get into the mindset that You need to take care of your body. You need to put in the right kinds of food. Stop feeding it junk. Remember, your body, you are what you eat. It'll show on the inside, it'll show on the outside. Get healthy, live optimally, eat plant-based. So I hope that made sense. Again, any comments or questions on what I've covered in this vlog, put them below the video. Please share the video as well. Make sure you've subscribed, and also check out the other videos in the series as well as other videos in this channel. Again, my role is to educate and support you and other people looking to adopt a plant-based vegan lifestyle, or who are already plant-based vegan. So let's do this together. Let's save you, let's save animals, let's save the planet. Go vegan, grow.